Welcome back, Talk family, and thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Talk the Talk. I'm your host, and my name is Desh Bechin, and joining me today is Venolia Qhibi, the administrator at Motus Nissan Menlyn. I believe she works in accounts, and she's a Debtors Clerk. And Venolia can be described as a hardworking go-getter. She's extremely passionate, and it's an absolute joy to be in her presence. And I must say, she's also a nominee for the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards 2023. As a Debtors Clerk, she enjoys being part of an incredible team in her space, and has thus far learned quite a lot about the motoring trade itself. So without further ado, let's welcome Venolia. And as always, this interview is proudly brought to you by Seriti Solutions, MFC and Avo by Nedbank. Hello, Venolia.
Hi there.
What does Venolia mean?
Well, I would lie to you if I knew.
Okay.
But I know a brand, a beauty product brand, Venolia. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I know.
I will say Venolia means, in your case, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Isn't that the type of person you are?
That's exactly who I am.
Now I've just given you the meaning of
Thank
your name.
you very much. From today on, I know.
There we go. Venolia, thank you so much for joining us. And the reason we bring you, or asked you to come and join us in studio, is because we have so many young black females from the rural areas that are now following us. Yeah. These young kids have literally joined Facebook because of us, because they're on TikTok and on Insta, and they're like, no, when I actually go and do my workshops, they're like, no, we're gonna join Facebook just to follow you and to see.
You are doing a great work.
Oh, thank you, Venolia.
So much.
Thank you.
You really are.
Thank you, but you are helping me, and that's why you're here. So that is why I'd like you to speak to our young girls that are following us and tell them the amazing opportunities that the motoring trade has to offer, and especially in your field, not just in motoring, but in the accounts field.
In the accounts field.
Yeah. So first and foremost, how did your journey in the industry begin?
Wow, first I just want to say thank you so much for having me. My journey started 6 years ago. It was in 2018. I was just fresh from varsity. And if I can say, the motoring industry kind of chose me more than I chose it, if I can say that.
Right.
Because when I started, if you would have asked me during my second year of varsity, or even my final year, what are you going to do the following year? I wouldn't have never said, I'm going to the motoring industry. I wouldn't have said that.
None of us, not even as a journalist did I say that.
Right. So what happened was, I was fresh from varsity. I had just graduated. I was looking for something to do for that time. Then I was just going up and down, applying everything, if you ask me. Then I was fortunate enough to get an opportunity to become a sales cadet in the commercial industry. Right.
So trucks. Okay.
Yes. So I'm new in the industry. I'm young. And it's my very first job, right? I get this opportunity. I go to work at this commercial company, and I must tell you, it was not easy. It was not an easy one, because it was supposed to be a year internship. Then after that, you would have to see what you're gonna do. So for me, being in sales as a woman, young as I was, it was not an easy thing to do. Honestly speaking, it was. That's why I'm saying you are doing a very good job. Because you are letting us know, you are letting the young girl out there know that it's actually possible. You can actually make it in this man-dominated industry, right? So with the platforms that you guys have, it's just giving insight of what's happening in the motoring industry. So as I was saying, I was a sales cadet for about 5 months. Then during that time, I went to my sales manager. I was shadowing him at that time. And I said to him, I can't do this. Sales is just not working out for me. I am not surviving. I'm not performing to the best that I can. Can you please just move me to the admin side of the business? Then he was like, okay, that's okay. He was lucky for me, he was very supportive. He was very, very supportive. Then he said to me, it's okay. He moved me to the admin department. And then I was lucky to work with the Debtors Clerk then. Right, okay, so it was within that year, the year of our internship. Come the end of the year, I was fortunate, they offered me a permanent contract at the same company. Okay, that's nice. However, I was just a general administrator. So I was everywhere. I was doing admin, I was doing parts, I was doing the workshop.
Which is great because it gave you experience in all the other departments.
Right? It did, yes. So this journey took me to the position where I am today. So I worked in the commercial industry for about 4 years. And then now I have moved to my now current position. Yeah, so that's where I am.
So what are your duties and responsibilities as a debtors clerk?
Okay, so my job is very easy. Just bring them
First and
in.
foremost, I just want to ask you, what did you study at varsity?
Okay, I did become accounting.
Okay, so it's in the same field.
It is.
Okay.
It is in the same field.
Yeah.
Just that I didn't know that it was possible to apply my knowledge in the motoring industry.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
so it worked
So what
out
do you
very
currently
well.
do?
Yes. So it's very easy. I just bring in the money.
Please come and work for me. I need money. Okay, so a debtors clerk obviously phones around to people that owe their money and say to them like, listen, it's time for you to pay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you enjoying it?
All the time. I enjoy it with all my heart.
Do you get to interact with the rest of the staff in the dealership or
Definitely.
ever with customers?
Definitely,
Right,
yes.
right.
Because I'm doing debtors for the parts department and the workshop department. So I get to interact with basically everybody.
And that's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing. So what is your ideal working environment?
Okay, so my ideal working environment would be an environment that is full of feedback, right? Because as people, we do need to be reviewed once in a while.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And criticized.
Yes, and criticized, exactly. That's where I was going. That's where I was going. For us to be the best and for us to do well, we need to be told and to be made aware of what we're doing and where we are currently.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So how do you, as a woman in the motoring trade, have fun? How do you balance work? You obviously work long hours.
Yes.
Do you work on a Saturday? No?
No, not all the time.
So you Monday to Friday?
Yes.
But I mean, a lot of people in the sales field, they have to work Monday to Saturday. But still, Monday to Friday, a highly pressured job where you need to go and collect money. Yes. How do you balance?
Well, I watch a lot of movies.
Okay.
Yes.
Netflix? Okay.
Tell me about it. Yeah, so that's my relaxing time, and I read sometimes. So that's
okay. And it's so important to note and to just highlight your confidence. You are an extremely confident young woman. What makes you feel confident?
It is who I am. Okay. Actually. I go by this saying that says the greatest discovery that anybody can ever make is knowing exactly what they can do.
Oh wow! Wow.
Yes.
Oh, that's
knowing what you are capable of doing.
And I have a quote here. It says that confidence is contagious. catch it and spread it, and that's exactly what you do. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
So I just want to ask you one more question.
Yes.
Have you ever faced a situation, whether it was at commercial or where you are now, where you were discriminated against? Have you, and how did you deal with it?
I have,
Oh,
actually.
wow, okay.
And I'm not really proud of how I dealt with it.
Okay, and
Because-
reaction to a situation is critical.
Yes, but it was not from my co-workers, it was mostly from customers. Because when I was starting in my career, I was only 21 years. I was new to the industry, and here I am saying I want to sell trucks.
Yeah.
It was very difficult for men to actually come to terms with that. Like, what are you trying to tell me about a truck? What do you know about a truck? That's when I decided to go to my sales manager and say, you know what, this is just not for me. This is not for me. Had I known of these kind of platforms and you guys, maybe I would have dealt with it differently.
Aww. Well, how did you deal with it, if you don't mind sharing with us? Because it's something we teach people, or we should try and teach people what to do in a situation, but it's so important for us to share what not to do.
Yeah.
So if you're brave and confident enough, tell us what you did.
I changed.
Okay.
I moved away from sales, and
Okay.
I asked to be moved to the admin side.
Okay.
Because I just felt like it's just not going to work.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you didn't beat him up or anything?
No.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, he was very supportive.
Aww.
Because he
No, I was just kidding.
would help me in any kind of difficult situation if I was struggling to communicate.
No, but the
properly
customer
with
said
the
this
customer.
to you.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So if I was
I meant you
struggling-
didn't beat up the customer.
No. No, whenever that kind of a situation would arise, I would rather speak to him,
Alright.
and then he will just assist me where he could.
I think that's very important to note,
Yes.
that it is so important to speak to your superiors.
Yes.
And that is where the superiors come in. And I know there's many males, industry that might watch this. So important to support your female
It
staff
is.
in the sales area,
Yes.
especially. They need the support, they need the encouragement, and they need the strength and the courage of you to stand behind
That's
them, so that we don't
That's
lose
true.
our sales
That is
executives, and we
true.
don't lose our FNIs, we don't lose customer facing people, especially in after sales, because we need the support. We
Yes.
really do.
Yeah.
Any words of advice to those young girls that are watching you today and want to do the best and be the best that they can be in the motoring trade?
Just do it. It's very welcoming. This industry is accepting, is welcoming.
Right.
It's great, and don't sell yourself short. And because don't look at your environment. Don't look at where you are now. Excel in everything that you do. You never know who's watching. You never know who's watching you.
Absolutely.
You never know.
And you never know who's watched you today. So we thank you for making a difference, even in just one person's life. We really thank you for joining
Thank
this
you.
movement, for being a nominee in the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, and for recognizing that this is not a competition, it is a platform
Exactly.
to use or to utilize to empower, uplift, and encourage young girls out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
can never say this enough. Hey.
Aw. Say it. I'm listening. I'm just kidding.
Amazing job. Had I known of you guys, who knows? Maybe I'd be a sales manager somewhere.
It's not impossible. I think what you're doing is great. You are getting experience in the different facets of the
Yes.
dealership or in motoring. I've been at OEMs, I've been at dealerships, I've been all around.
Yeah.
Sales, after sales, not working predominantly in those areas, but being exposed to it.
Yeah.
And that is why I can keep any narrative in terms of the motoring industry
Yes.
open, and you're going to be able to do that too. So yes, take it, claim it, you will be a dealer principal. Okay, Venolia, thank you so much. Viewers, we would like to thank you for your continued support and encourage you to like and share our content. Our non-profit companies, the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, powered by MFC and Avo by Nedbank, and the Talk Studios, sponsored by Seriti Solutions and Avo by Nedbank, are platforms aimed at empowering, uplifting, and celebrating the women of motoring South Africa. We are not just telling stories, we are changing lives. If you are searching for a new or pre-owned vehicle, please visit www.auto.avo.africa. We have a wide range of vehicles on sale for you to choose from, and we only advertise on behalf of reliable and trustworthy MFC accredited dealerships. This car listing portal is user-friendly, and you can also find vehicle reviews, car maintenance tips, and automotive advice, all courtesy of Talk the Talk Studios. So I just like to leave you with this quote in light of this amazing session or interview that we've had. It says that people who ask confidently get more than those who are hesitant and uncertain. When you've figured out what you want, to ask for it, do it with certainty, boldness, and confidence. And I think that's exactly what Venolia had done when she faced criticism or discrimination or faced challenges. She did not just give up. She asked to be moved, and she's happy now. So ladies, it's so important to have the right attitude. Attitude is a choice. Happiness is a choice. Optimism is a choice. Kindness is a choice. Giving is a choice. Respect is a choice. Whatever choice you make makes you. Choose wisely. Being responsible is taking ownership of your life. It means you have taken the first radical step to becoming a complete human being, fully conscious and fully human. Again, that is a quote or a teaching from my guru. His name is Sadhguru. And with that, I would like to remind you that the question should never be who's going to let me. It should always be who's going to stop me.